Hello friends, this is Aseem and today we will study about activity-based costing. It is an important topic in CA Enter, and so today we will cover only theory part of activity-based costing. So let's start this topic.
So, activity-based costing. Activity-based costing is basically an accounting methodology that assign cost to activities rather than product or services. So, difference between activity-based costing and traditional methodology is that activity-based costing assign cost to activities. However, traditional based costing assign cost to directly to products and services. Now, next slide. Now we'll see various terms that we are going to use in ABC costing. The first one is cost object. Cost object is basically an item for which cost measurement is required. Cost item for which cost measurement is required. For example, if you are into a production line and which results in three items production, for example A, B, and C, then for these items you will need to have a cost for part of it. So A, B, and C can be called as a cost item or cost object. So it is basically an item for which cost measurement is required, product or customer. Now what will cost driver? If factor that causes a change in cost of an activity. For example, there is an electricity requirement for production line to run. So electricity will be known as cost driver. There are basically two types categories of cost driver: a source cost driver, activity cost driver that you will learn in that. Cost pool. Cost pool, group of individual cost item. So if we club these three together, that is product A, product B, and product C, then it can be called as cost pool. Cost pool means basically pooling of costs. So group of various individual cost items. So basically A, B, and C are these cost items and they can be clubbed together and can be called as cost. It consists of costs that have same cause and effect relationship. Example, machine setup. Okay. Now the third part. Now we will study your source cost driver activity cost driver. When overhead occurs, okay, there are various activities and cost offsets. Now, for making a relation between cost, overhead cost to activities, we will need resource cost drivers. What is resource cost drivers? It is basically resources required to a certain cost of an activities. And activity cost drivers are impulsive frequency and intensity of an intensity. So resource cost driver can be utilized to determine the each and item wise cost items, while resource cost driver can be used to link overhead cost to activities, particular activities, and activities cost drivers can be used to link cost to various cost objects. For cost object, you can select product A, B, and C. So it can be used to determine cost for individual cost items. So activity cost driver rate formula is active total cost of activity upon activity type driver. Activity driver can be used not only to identify cost of products as in traditional absorption costing. It can also be used for forecasting other cost objects such as customer segments and distribution center. The percentage costing of other is part of benefit of. So we can say that the activity cost drivers and resource cost driver that make cost drivers can not only be used to determine cost of an cost item, but can also be used to determine costing of cost other cost subjects, for example, distribution channel for the marketing distribution channel, customer segment, particular customer segments, etc. Now we will see examples of various cost drivers that are available in various departments. For example, in research and department, cost drivers can be number of research projects, posters or a project. For example, in research and development projects, for example, in current times, there are various research and development things going on in various fields. So, for dividing cost, we can use number of research projects, that is number of projects we are dealing and personal hours on a project. Now, second, for example, in research and development. Now, second is second department design a product and services procedures. Here we can see that number of products served, serviced and spent on service and so on for customer service, for marketing and distribution. For customer service can be various cost drivers are number of products in design, number of parts purchased, numbers of engineering hours. In marketing, there is number of advertisement, number of salespersons, sales revenue. In distribution, number of unit distribution and number of customers. Now we'll see differences between traditional absorption costing and versus ABC. So first we'll ascertain the cause what has occurred to us, and we bifurcate is at direct cost and indirect cost. Direct cost is directly traceable to product or service. For example, product cost, raw material cost per unit, and other indirect cost per unit, as for example, labor cost or electricity cost, that are indirect costs, and that has to be allocated on some basis. For that, there are basically traditional costing, activity-based costing. Traditional cost costing is distributed or based on machine hours or labor hours, volume hours, etc. And in activity-based costing, it is divided upon based on cost driver. So graphical outputs to understand will be in this part. In, so right now we'll see an example for that. For example, in older times, that is traditional absorption costing. Suppose in older times there was a king and he looted a kingdom, and so he wanted to share his loots with his own people. So basis for that he used was number of labor hours that that took to loot that kingdom. So he traditionally used machine labor hours to distribute his loot. Now, in some current times, for example, there is a Amazon. Amazon has different departments. So, suppose there is a distribution department, and there is a administrative department, and there is a website related expenses. So, first, Amazon, what it does is identifies its cost to a particular activity, and then it distributes the cost on each and every product cost item. Now, so for example, that same has been written in here. Traditional abuse of cost overheads are first related to cost center. Cost center. Here, the overheads are related to cost center, but in ABC costing, overhead costs are first related to activity. Then it is related to product or item. However, in traditional absorption costing, the costs overhead costs are first related to production or service center, where it directly relates, and then to cost of the product. In ABC, costing overheads are related to the activities or grouped into cost pools, and then they're related to cost of the products. Thanks for watching this, and I will coming with the next video for the practical part. And here this is Aseem Kumar, and you can contact me on WhatsApp on this number or email ID on this number. Thanks a lot.
Or you can, if you have any doubt, you can leave me with a comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe, share and like this video, and keep watching this video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.